Hey everybody, so this is our weekend wrap-up Q&A with Coach Jessie. So I've looked and posted on the Facebook. I haven't seen any questions posted, so which is good. It's good that you guys don't have any questions. But as always, I feel there's probably ways that you can do better. So I'm going to try to motivate you to do that this weekend. I know life is busy for everybody, and 8 weeks can be a long time to stay focused and motivated. I can definitely tell that some people are falling off, not seeing as much on the Facebook. I'm not seeing as many people in the classes, fired up, pumped up, ready to go. And I know you guys are busy, but I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to prioritize yourself first and to really push in this 8 weeks challenge until the end so that way you're better set up to continue afterwards. For those of you that have been watching these webinars, thank you. I appreciate it because it takes a lot for me to be able to put these on too. I picked Sunday because I thought it would be the best day, one for you guys to be able to interact and ask questions, but also I thought it would be a less busy day for me since I do a lot here at the gym. But it hasn't really been so for these weeks of the challenge. So it's been difficult, but I like to be able to do this and check in with you guys. And for those of you that have given me feedback, you enjoy it and it does help you. So thanks to everyone that watches. To everyone that's watching this afterwards, I know that you are busy also, but if you can watch these till the end, I promise you there might be something at the end that maybe you'll find motivating or informational. So thank you for your time in advance. And as soon as this webinar is over or after you've watched it on the recording, go on to Facebook and post about it and say if there's one thing that you've learned or enjoyed from it, or invite other people to watch it. That would be helpful too. Let people know that aren't watching them what they're missing out on, because there are only 2 weeks left and that is not a long time. So it's time to get started. If you're not serious, if you're not hitting it full blast, you need to be. I can say from past experience that those that I've seen and heard from the most are probably going to do the best. But that doesn't mean in these past 2 weeks, if you haven't been coming or you haven't been able to do your best, that you can't really give a big push and make a difference. So for everybody that is listening to me now, last big push, 2 weeks left. Prepare all your meals, add 30 minutes of cardio every day that you can. If you feel like you are stuck, push harder. That's what I got to say to you. Push harder. You can do more than what you're doing now. You can reach in and find something somewhere inside. You can find an extra 30 minutes in your day. You can make time to do the things that you need to do, get to where you need to be. So no more excuses, no off days, no cheat meals, none of that. 2 weeks left before the final weigh-ins. My warrior shout outs for Facebook, it's pretty much the same people posting. So if you've been watching the webinars, you know who they are. If you haven't been watching the webinars, guess what? They're recorded. Go back and find them and watch them now. As far as my warrior tracker shout outs, well, it's only the first few days in the month. So there's a 4-way tie for first between Jim Miller, Julie Carey, Elizabeth JMO, and Noelle Brown. But I believe Noelle and Elizabeth came both Friday and Saturday, so that should maybe be a 2. One thing I've learned with those 2 ladies was make sure you check your settings on your warrior tracker. If you are coming to the classes and you're hitting that attend class button, and I'm not saying your name when you think I should be, it might be because you're not included on the leaderboards in your settings. So what you need to do is go to settings on the warrior tracker, and there's a little toggle switch and it says include on monthly leaderboards, and make sure it's clicked yes instead of no. If it's clicked no, you'll be able to see yourself on the leaderboards, but I won't be able to pull you up on the leaderboards. So go and check yes, so that way everybody is accounted for. As far as weight moved, we've got Julie Carey in first with 2,405 pounds, Noelle Brown with 2015, and Elizabeth JMO with 1565. So woo-woo. For everybody that came to class last week, you guys know that we started off May the right way, in my opinion, with our deadlift max. So If you did not come last week and you did not max out your deadlift, you need to do it next week because this is very important to me. I love this deadlift. I just want to give some shout outs. Everybody, most everybody improved their max and they did great if they didn't have, some people didn't have a max. It was their first time. And I just want to say that I was impressed by some of these numbers. Noelle Brown did 155 pounds and that increased hers by, I believe, 20 pounds from the last time we did it. Angie Parker deadlifted 205. Amazing. Elizabeth Jamo with 165. Julie Carey, 235 pounds. Jim Miller up to 445 pounds. I can tell you, Jim has a goal for this year to get up to 500 pounds. And baby steps will get there. Baby steps will get there. Rachel McCarty with 175 pounds. This is also awesome. The first time she maxed out. Those are all the numbers that I have shown up in the tracker feed. So if you did your max but you didn't track it, I don't have it. But everybody did super awesome on the deadlift. I want everybody to keep pushing. Someone asked me, why is this important? Why is doing our deadlift max important? And it's important because there are multiple ways to track your progress besides the way you look in the mirror or the weight on the scale, because we know sometimes that can be tricky. If we're losing fat and gaining muscle, the scale's not going to change. But you can also measure the progress of all the hard work you're doing in the gym by how heavy you're able to lift. So with keeping proper form, doing a deadlift max every so often, we do it once every 3 months in the Training for Warriors, can be another helpful way for you to say, okay, like I'm getting stronger. I know that I'm making progress and I'm actually accomplishing something. One of our mottos in Training for Warriors is any workout can make you tired. Not every workout can make you better. So our goal is to progress you strength-wise, body-wise, mentally, just make you a better you. So with correct form, performing a deadlift max can help you in that way. Also, lifting heavy weights will help you get results fast. So if you did not max out your deadlift this week, you're going to do it next week. Probably after you do the warm up and do part of the workout, but not saving it to the end would be the best way for you to max out your deadlift. So I will be there. I'll help you with that. Upcoming events, you should have picked up your Warrior Resource Manual already. You should have this little calendar. And you should have already looked at it to see next Saturday is going to be our Warrior 5K. If you're here for the first one, the way it's going to go is we meet here at the gym at 8 a.m. Everyone's got their headphones if they need, if they're taking babies in strollers, everything's all ready. We'll do a quick little kind of warm up to make sure that you're ready but not tired. And then what we do is we run to Carl Levin Park, 2 big laps, and then running back to the gym. And that's a 5K. So I will have my phone, I will time you, and we'll be able to see if you did it last time to this time, what your time difference is, and if you've gotten better. It is a good way to push yourself and to see what you can do. Again, just like the max, it's a way for you to track your progress. And sometimes that can be a big boost and something you need when you start feeling down, like, okay, I've been doing this for 6 weeks. Am I making any progress? Doing something like that and retesting, you can see, all right, I'm doing better. I am. And it'll help keep pushing you. After that, the week after that is our final measurements. So I've got it listed on here on Friday the 15th from 6 to 7 p.m. the final measurements, and then Saturday the 16th from 8 to 10 for final measurements. I might extend that up to 7 a.m. for some of you. I know you have to work on Saturday mornings to get out of there. If you need a special time or something different, then you can just let me know and I will work around your schedules as best I can to get you measured in. So after that, on Sunday the 17th, we've got the TFW Warrior Celebration. Okay, I'm hearing notifications also from Facebook, so that's why I'm checking here. And Dr. Nixon did her max and tracker 175. So I must not have looked back far enough. That is my fault. So I hate to forget anybody on a shout out or anything like that. So if you did your max and you put it in the warrior tracker, just yell at me right now. Dr. Nixon also posted it and we saw it. So she did awesome. She's 175 pounds, like true beast mode. Yay! All right. So Sunday the 17th is our warrior celebration. So I'm going to have all the numbers ready, everything ready to go, awards, whatnot. We're going to do that on Sunday afternoon. I haven't picked out an exact time. I want to do it at one of the parks, and I want everyone to invite their families. I will have my kids. I want it to be a big familia celebration, training for warrior style. It will be a potluck, so you can bring food, uh, ideally healthy food. If it's not so healthy, I guess the challenge is over. So I can't yell at you too much to bring whatever you want. So make sure to put that in your calendars. Make sure you're here for the 5K. You can invite family and friends to the 5K too, even if they're not in the challenge or they're not a member of the gym and they like to run 5Ks, invite them. Free and open. We're just running to the park and back. Make sure you also plan to be here on the Warrior Celebration. It will break my heart if you're not there because you guys have all worked so hard. So put it on your calendar and be here. Throughout these weeks, we've hit on mainly food-wise, tracking in the MyFitnessPal. Like I've said, you cannot manage what you don't measure. So for those of you that I talk to that say, oh yeah, I used to do that, do it now. I've been saying this week after week after week because it's so important. Measure it now. I've also asked for you guys to write out blocks that are limiting you from getting to your goals. So for a lot of you, that's probably food blocks. And I know I've heard some mishaps of what people have had or ate, drank. So what I'm asking you guys to do this week is to do maybe a little research. So if you have certain food blocks, what I want you to do is you can post this to the Facebook group page too. List either what has messed you up during this 8 weeks, what bad food was it, either type of food or specific thing. What is it that is sort of your stumbling block whenever you try to eat healthy and be healthy? What is that food that you always cheat on, or that drink, or whatever it is, or that comfort food? You know, they say don't call it a cheat food, bad foods. So post that on the Facebook, and then what I want you to do is utilize the internet, the power of the internet. There is a website called rippedrecipes.com that I have talked about in the past, and that has got a lot of healthy options. I'm also a big fan of Instagram for healthy recipes. I follow a lot of people on there. There's PBG, Colorful Foodie, Cooking with Mima. There's a ton of them. And they all range. Some of them are just healthier, either gluten-free or vegan options. Some of them are specifically protein recipes, which if you're tracking your macros and you know you're not getting enough protein, those are good to have. An arsenal of snacks with protein. So if you've tried to just eliminate these foods that you love in the past, you may have come to realize that that does not last long. If it's something you really like and love, just canceling it out forever is difficult, if not impossible. So what I'm asking you to do is, instead of canceling them out, find a healthier alternative. One recipe that I found this weekend that I want to try is for little chicken meatballs in like buffalo sauce. So instead of having buffalo wings at a party or wherever, or going out to eat at a restaurant, I'm going to try to make these and see what me and my kids think. And I'll tell you guys what I come up with. But finding healthy alternatives where you can still have the foods you love and still stay on track. So number one is fix it yourself. Don't go to a restaurant. I talked about that in a previous week. There's an article I found of 10 things that this person learned by working in a restaurant. And one of the 10 things was how much butter and salt they actually use to cook things. So if they're telling you it's a lot, it's a lot. You can tell me it doesn't taste salty or buttery, but I'm telling you that they used something you're not supposed to have to cook it and make it taste good. Be an informed consumer. So if you're buying things that say they are healthy, still turn it around and look at the nutrition facts and see. If it says less sugar, it might still have a lot of sugar. I've told clients in the past, well, I've told you guys no more than 20 to 25, maybe 30 grams of sugar a day, depending on how many total calories that you have. So to break it down, I've told clients before, try not to have anything with more than 7 grams of sugar in it, which is difficult. Some things, if you turn around some yogurts, they'll have 13 grams of sugar. Milk, cow's milk has a lot of sugar in it. You'll hit 7 grams easily with that. So that's my challenge to you. Turn it around. If it's got more than 7 grams of sugar in it, put it back on the shelf. You also have to look at the serving size too. So if you know it's going to take you more than one serving to have or eat whatever you're going to eat, you need to take that into account too. So in trying to eat healthier, cook it yourself, be an informed consumer, make sure there's not too much sugar in it. So if you gather healthy ingredients and that's what you have in your house, and find healthy recipes, there's no way that you can go wrong. Don't have junk in your house and you won't eat it. So I want everyone to post on Facebook some of their, I guess, big cheat meals, your favorite comfort food, and we can find healthy alternatives to that. So the last thing that I can think of, if there's still no questions specifically for anyone to answer, I said last week, if enough people liked it, commented, wanted my before and after pictures, because I talked about doing a life change weight loss challenge in the past 2 years in a row, because I did it the wrong way and gained it back. And I think Liz Jamo gave a shout out for it and it got like 1 like, and that I told her wasn't enough. So I want to see some likes on this video, some shares, some comments. But for those of you that actually watch the videos and watch the videos to the end, I will show you, at least right here, my before and after pictures, and then I'll probably just post them on Facebook too. But this, oh goodness, this is me in my before the very first time that I did the challenge, and I was not happy. This was in the garage, and I just did not like myself. This is actually the after the second one. I would need to go and search to find the after of the first and the before of the second. This was in my mom's backyard with a bad fake tan and blonde hair, but that is me, and that is sort of the transformation that I made. Not happy, kind of happy. I did it myself, and my baby muscles. So, one thing that I've told people before too is in that after picture, I think I'm like 140 pounds. In that before picture, I think I was 160. I'd gotten up to 170 in that second challenge. So I'll try to look for those pictures too to show you guys. But basically, one thing I want to sort of hit on and take away too, because it's hard for especially women to wrap around weight versus body fat percentage. I weigh now closer to what I weighed here than what I weighed there, but I look closer to that. I have a lot more muscle, so I have more weight that I carry around with me, but I'm in a lot better shape than both of those pictures. So I struggle with it myself, getting caught up on weight and how much I weigh, but I'm stressing you, don't get caught up on that. That's why we're doing body fat percentage, and that's why that's good. For those of you that want to stick around with me, I actually found the letter. So in this life change challenge that I did, you wrote in a letter along with your pictures to kind of tell your experience with the contest. And so I actually was going through the cabinets here, and I apparently don't ever throw anything away. I found this letter, and I just thought it was interesting because this was back in 2006. So this was, coming up almost 10 years ago. So if you have time, stay and listen to me read the letter. If you don't have time, just hit the stop button and just don't tell me. I won't cry. All right. I am so happy to be a part of the Life Change Challenge 2006. I would like to thank Sylvester Stallone, InStone, and all of its employees. Without your help in motivating me, giving me the tools that I need, and most importantly, guiding me, I would not have been able to achieve my goals and make this tremendous change. I would have been truly lost, and I am forever grateful to you for my new outlook on life and the great body. Before this contest, I was always tired, grumpy, and really just hated life. I have two small children and a husband in the Army who has been preparing to deploy overseas for his second tour. Every day I woke up with so much to do and went to bed feeling like nothing got done. I had little self esteem, poor body image, and felt like something was missing. I tried to fill that void with junk food, which only made things worse. I was so excited about this contest because it's not about who has the nicest body, but who makes the most dramatic change. I didn't just starve myself to become skinny and didn't have to be disappointed if I didn't look better than somebody else. I looked great in the mirror, and if I felt I hadn't made progress, all I had to do was bring out those before pictures to remind me of where I started. This helped me tremendously because I couldn't believe how far I had let myself go, and I kept telling myself that I wouldn't let that happen again. I'm going to keep my promise to myself and keep fitness and InStone a part of my life. This contest and all the InStone products have been a huge blessing. They have really helped me achieve all my goals, motivating me and helping me to stay on track nutritionally. The protein shakes and protein pudding are so delicious, I have to hide the pudding from my 3-year-old and 20-month-old sons because they try to eat it all for me. I have realized how important it is to set goals and have something to strive for. I learned that if I just sit back and watch the world go by, wishing I had what everyone else had, then I will never be happy and never be satisfied. I faced a lot of struggles during this challenge and many times asked myself if it was worth it. It was very hard to find time to exercise because of my husband's schedule and having to take care of our two children. We shared a car, and for a large amount of the contest, I didn't have access to a gym. Near the end of the contest, I moved 2 states away from my husband to go back to school, completely throwing off my schedule. I never let any of the setbacks stop me, though. It would have been so easy to make excuses, but anything worth having is worth fighting for. I just had to tell myself that I was worth it and it was something that I needed to do to be happy. I am a completely different person and I love it. People even treat me different, and I think that has to do with how I carry myself now. I look and feel better than I have ever before, and that motivates me to keep going. With the help of the Life Change Challenge, I am well on my way to being the person that I want to be. I have a good start, but am nowhere near satisfied yet. I greet each new day with hope, enthusiasm, and a smile. I am taking a personal trainer education course so that I can share my love for fitness with others and help others to achieve their own fitness goals. Um, wow. So I just thought that was kind of fun and interesting, kind of like a time capsule type thing to see something that I wrote 10 years ago. And I believe that you can't get very far forward by looking in the past, but at the same time, sometimes it's important to kind of look back and see how far you've come. I remember being that person and just being unhappy and not knowing how to fix it and sort of making excuses and just thinking that that's the way it had to be. And am thankful for that weight loss challenge and sort of kicking my butt into gear to inspire me to better myself and make myself feel better. So outside of the physical transformation, just sort of the emotional and mental transformation that helped me, I become a better mother and a better person. And to just see that kind of that's where it all started for me. So sometimes I catch some grief when I talk about watching what I eat or making sure I work out because people see the way I look now and they just think, whatever, we don't want to listen to you. You don't know what it's like. And so I can tell you that I do know what it's like. I've been there and I still struggle. I'm a human. People bring me treats and I can't resist them. And then I get sick and feel bad and have to do extra cardio, just like you guys do. So this is sort of my point with that is look deep inside and know why you are really doing this. It's not probably just to lose 5 pounds or get to a certain size or do whatever. It's got to be more than that. It's got to be bigger. You've got to want it more than you want whatever bad food and the urge to be lazy and not work out. You've got to want it more, and there's got to be a bigger reason. I read a quote that said, it's not about having willpower or having no willpower. It's about wanting to change more than someone else does. So look inside and see what it is and why it is that you're doing this, and take that and let it fuel you for these last 2 weeks, because the easy day was yesterday. Don't wait till tomorrow. All right, warriors, time big push. You've got this. Hashtag Halusa.